Well, far away from Wall Street in a galaxy in cyberspace, StockTwits has become an online forum for active investors looking to share information about stocks and investing, all just a big conversation. About 100,000 users or more right now. It's becoming a disruptive force in the market. Founder Howard Lindzen joins us now to talk about it. It's a fun site. Very interesting, too. Talk to us first about the house rules.
Well, I mean, again, I think people think internet's free, and quickly things can become out of hand, as we've seen with certain companies. And I think rules are important. I think communities are really hard to build. Just like in real estate or other things, you have to put up walls, you have to build roads, and while you do that, if there's not rules, chaos can just break out. Sure. It is so open and global. So our house rules are, generally are around share ideas. StockTwits is an idea network.
And you say if you're going to swear, be funny about it?
You better be funny. I think it's important. There are leaders on the site, not that they're the smartest ones, but people that set examples for others.
You know, we carry StockTwits on our markets page here at CNN Money, and what's interesting is that you've been able to build this large community in a relatively short amount of time. I mean, what's the common denominator, would you say, Howard, when it comes to your users in general?
I think we started out with this idea that Twitter was phenomenal, but it didn't do what the financial people wanted, because financial people have always loved messages and forums because they like sharing ideas. Twitter just became this great, light, way to use ideas with a couple amazing features. The first one being the follower following, and the second one being block. And so we just took some of those features and then built on it.
The users are everyone from very professional investors who do it for a living to casual investors who have a whole nother job, and this is just something that they do on the side. Do you think that helps improve the information out there, or does it hurt it sometimes?
I look at like Bewitched, which I'm dating myself, and why Facebook's so popular is the neighbor used to look out her window at, I forget the name of the family, but she would peek out her window, and that was gossip back then. Right. Well, Facebook's the exact same thing. You have the eavesdroppers who are your neighbors, and they never say anything except talk behind your back. Right, and that's why Facebook's so popular. And then you have the contributors, which are probably 10%. I don't think that changes over any community. I think that's generally the rule of the social web, is there's some contributors, and then there's the people who watch.
Looking at what your users are saying on StockTwits, just more broadly about the overall direction of the market or the broader economy and its impact on the equity market, what are they saying?
I think it's generally pretty negative right now, and personally I think for good reason. I think there's a lot of people under and not employed who are taking up trading for the first time and trying to learn. So we see a lot of people just coming in who may have just taken over their 401k because they got laid off.
Really?
And so there's a lot of education going on right now.
That's very interesting. Yeah. So the high unemployment almost adding more users in a sense,
looking
for a forum to discuss investing, which is a job that they can create for themselves.
Yeah, the most amazing part of our site is how many beginners there are, and how we're trying to adjust our site to be, I wouldn't say dumbed down, but just we thought it was, people, the traders love it, and I keep trying to explain to people just for the first time how to use it. Yeah. Hang out, follow smart people, don't trade, just listen. There's no rush to invest. If you haven't done it and you just took over your 401k, the one thing you should know is tomorrow doesn't matter. It's the stock market and investing is an opportunity machine, meaning it's all about not letting one stock wreck your life. Meaning there's 1,000 trains leaving the station every day, so there is no rush.
You've been involved in investing and commentary on investing for a long time, founder of Wall Strip now. Has it made you a better investor?
Yes. I mean, I think you get better. One I know about myself is I'm a terrible trader because I'm highly emotional. People say there's too much noise and blah, 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 blah. But the noise is good if they're also the noise is reminders of, I just took a loss, I just took a loss, I just took a loss. Because the key thing about investing is you're going to lose money. And so as long as you have that mantra in your head.
Run.
No, I'm talking about on certain stock. And if it's like a mantra, the spiritual side of things are if you hear the same thing over and over, you can learn. And it's just like a recording in your head. And so there's a very positive thing about people being, I lost money, because it reminds you got to cut your losses type thing.
And if you ever have questions, you can just post them right there.
Yeah, people are now posting questions, and even if they only have one follower, it shows up to 100,000 people, and they get an answer from some random stranger.
And growing very quickly. Thanks so much, Howard. Appreciate you being here. Good luck.